If only you loved me like you loved getting high. I want to talk about the song that is trending right now on TikTok. I follow the guy who wrote it, and it's called I'd Rather Overdose, I think. Um, and I want to talk about the fact that when somebody is struggling with substance use disorder and they have children, it's not because we don't love our children. It's not because I didn't love my son. It's because I was fucking sick as fuck on drugs. And I had been using drugs for so many years that it was literally the only thing that I knew. I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know how to take care of myself. The only thing I knew how to do was run from my problems and try to escape the things that were causing me pain and hurting me on the inside. And all those insecurities and all that low self-esteem, it just builds up and builds up and builds up. You know, my son being born woke up a love within me that I never knew that I could have for another human being. I never knew that I could love someone so much. And it hurts my heart. It makes me hurt so bad that I chose drugs over him for so long. I got sober when my son was 2 days before his first birthday. And I used substances throughout my whole pregnancy. And then after I had him, I relapsed and I was using drugs then as well. And I will never forgive myself for choosing to use substances instead of being the mother I knew I could be. At that time, I didn't know I could be that mother. At that time, when I was in my active substance abuse, I didn't know that I had it in me to be anything better than a junkie, because that's what I thought was my future, was dying with a needle in my arm. But giving birth to my son and having my son, having him taken away from me and then fighting to get him back, it lit a fire within me that made me realize that I can do anything I put my fucking mind to. So if you're out there and you're somebody who is struggling with substance use and you have children and you have had your children taken away from you, or you have a horrible relationship with your kids because of your drug addiction, I want you to know that you have the power within you to choose life and your children over drugs. I want you to know that it just takes one choice, and make that choice every day when you wake up. I know life is hard, and I know that we all go through our own trials and tribulations. But when we bring a baby into the world, that's when it's time to fucking man up and change our lives and do the right thing for our kids. You know, I started doing the right thing for my son, for him. And in the process of getting sober for my son, that's when I wanted to be sober for me. And now, 8.5 years later, I've been clean. I take care of my son, and I do it not just for him, but for me as well. And you can too.